So, guys, what are your top three recommendations going into 2024 for everybody that's watching right now? Just to highlight a couple of things that you believe will be important in making it happen.
So the first thing will be choose three things. A lot of people will make a New Year's resolution and it becomes this like elaborate thing. Do that. For me, the biggest impact that I had in 2023 that I'm gonna duplicate in 2024 is choosing three things that you wanna upgrade, whether it's family, faith, business, personal development, health,
Three things
whatever
that
it
you
is.
want to upgrade.
Upgrade.
Okay, got it.
Meaning, like for example, you want to lose weight, right? What it will take. And so, with that being said, the way that worked for me was number one, study it. If you want to lose weight, there is like study it, understand what it takes for you to lose weight, have a plan, and then execute. Right? So it's having a plan and execute. If you want to get better in business, what aspect of business? Study it. Have a plan of implementation and then execute. The second thing is, especially Patrick Bet-David calling it the year of chaos and everything looking at with the election coming along and stuff like that, you have to embrace entrepreneurship to some level. So it's not quit your job, just be ready that your job may quit you. And if that's the case, you want to have entrepreneurship by your side so that you have the opportunity to say, man, things are going to be scary, but this may have been the greatest opportunity that I got because I have an opportunity to make money where I don't depend on anybody else. I only depend on me. That changed our life. We saw the impact of Nori losing her job because her position was eliminated. Right. And so guess what? Entrepreneurship saved us from going through a terrible financial debacle. Number 3 and 4 is actually 2 book recommendations and things that changed my life. The first one is Choose Your Enemies Wisely by Patrick Bet-David. And the reason why I said that, and I did it before it happened, but in my journey of losing weight, and I'll keep this very short, but in my journey of losing weight, I personally lost 35 pounds this year. One of the decisions that I made is that I was not going to drink until my birthday, which was 11 months. And I remember 45 days in, I was bragging about how long it had been that I didn't drink, and somebody that I love dearly, very much, he said, haha, whatever, I'll see you in 6 months. And at that moment, I love this person, they love me. Choosing your enemies wisely for me at that very moment said that statement became my enemy. And it drove me through the pressure that I got from you, where it's like, come on, have a drink, right? And I said no because I wanted to prove this person wrong. Does that make sense? But for me, it became the enemy, not the person became the enemy. It was just a statement that they made. By the way, at the end of the year, when I said, I did it, I'm very proud of myself, they were proud of me too. So they never said anything against me. And that was a big lesson for me, right? It wasn't against me. It was just something that he was thinking. Everybody, is entitled to their own opinion. And the last thing that I will say is also another book, but it's something that is very important to embrace, is Discipline is Destiny. Whatever decision that you make, have the discipline to stick to it. And that's why it's so important to just have 3, right? And by the way, that's a book by Ryan Holiday that you recommended. We started reading it. And every single aspect of it, literally, it had a huge impact in my personal life, in my professional life, in my health. And it's just understanding that there is a lot of freedom in discipline. It's just that we do not look at it that way because the way that we're programmed. So those are the 3 things that I would say to
Fair
embrace.
enough. Any recommendations?
Well, I love the fact that Lorena talked about entrepreneurship. For me, I think this year for me, it's almost like mandatory. Being an entrepreneur is going to be necessary. We talked about all the things about AI and all the things about jobs being taken away. Just don't let your destiny depend on somebody else. So entrepreneurship, you're in control of yourself. Family values is going to be very important. It's going to be a year you're going to be tested in so many ways. So get your core family values and your business values all, together, where you are going to be clear about what's going to be your red line. My husband uses that phrase. And I think health also is going to be key for how you're going to be able to embrace what is coming, not only for all the things that we have to face, but all the challenges that you have. I think it's going to be super important. So for me, those are my 3 very big things for and retooling yourself, like Lorena was talking about, and I said that before.
Yes,
also
yes.
Retooling yourself is going to be really, really important.
Huge.
to get you to the next level.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. The perspective for me is very simple. You know, I think that the first thing that I would ask you to do is try not to wing it. Don't go into 2024. Most people, unfortunately, are always winging everything. Business, relationships, everything is like, let's see the famous phrase of, let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. That's it. Well, I gotta get it to work somewhere somehow. Somewhere somehow it's gonna. No, it won't. You know what I mean? And by the way, the idea is to design a little bit of a business plan, a life plan, a simple vision of what you would like. And I love this game of threes, right? 3 things that I need to improve, right? 3 things that I need to fix because they're really killing me, right? And we know what those things are. If you can stick to a simple plan that you will be able to follow to the best of your ability, which is key, right? You want to at least get to the point where you're saying, man, I'm earning some victories. Some people are a lot more sophisticated, or they have a lot of life experience, business experience. They're going to put up something extremely detailed. Do something that works for you, or that you know that is going to accommodate the reality of where you are today. Man, I don't know how to do these things. Look for people that can actually help you go in that direction. The other thing is that I'm inviting you this year to look for the best possible leadership that you can find. And I'm talking about individuals. I'm not just necessarily talking about in business, but whether it's a leader at your church, or your leader business-wise, or your leader in the community, somebody that, you know, especially right now, especially this conversation that we have in a health and many areas of your life. Leadership right now it's an important topic of conversation. God willing, that will open the door for you to also embrace the process of leadership. In connection to that, you both spoke about the idea of opening the door to becoming an entrepreneur, right? I think that it's extremely important, especially this year, that you start thinking, how do I go about this process of embracing the American dream? Would I successfully be able to do this if I'm working for somebody else? Or can I successfully open the door, baby steps, a new idea, a new business? Can I become part of something that is already functioning? There's nothing more American than people that one day decided to go from zero to building something that eventually, in some cases, becomes a family legacy. Probably final recommendation will be based on what I stated just recently, which is find a way to spend less, meaning, and it's not just a question of savings. For me, savings is an emergency fund. Then find a way to see if you have the possibility of investing, because that's a different path to building wealth. Savings, for me, is more connected to rainy day, something happens, I have
Four
the ability
tires blow up.
to tap into something, exactly. You know what I mean? But investing is you building your future, you're opening yourself to those possibilities. That means that you want to spend less money, right? And God willing, you also, by embracing entrepreneurship, you'll find a way to make more money. There's many tools available right now, guys, in so many different ways, so many different directions where people can actually make some more money. As far as books go, you already mentioned a few that I'm not gonna repeat them because they're great books, and I hope everybody will go and grab them. But I will definitely say, 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson is still is probably one of the best books recommendations that I will make out there. An incredible journey. You can follow a lot of his videos. Highly recommend this guy one way or the other. Books, videos, however you want to deal with him. Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know what I mean? It's a foundational entry level to becoming an entrepreneur. It's just the easiest way for you to understand the difference between one reality and the other one. I think it's extremely helpful. And finally, for people that are a little more advanced when it comes to the passes of business and the concept of business, Your Next 5 Moves, which is the previous book.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
yes.
there's the previous book that was put out there by Patrick. Highly recommend that you have that. But for our part, we just wish you nothing but the best for 2024.
Happy 2024.
Yeah, let us know if you have any specific recommendations. Or by the way, share your recommendations with everybody else that's going to be watching these videos. Again,
What are your top 3?
top 3. That's all it is. Keep
That's
it
great.
simple.
Yes,
Keep it simple.
actually, that's great.
So
Yeah.
please, if you like the content, just subscribe, like, pass it around. Let us know what you're thinking, and we're looking forward to seeing you the next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Deuces.